From the oil fields to the blockchain revolution, one man saw what others missed. Bitcoin Ben, an ex-truck driver turned Bitcoin pioneer, didn't just change his life. He's changing the game for everyone. This is the story of the Founders Group Worldwide, where private key capital meets American innovation. Watch your portfolio grow across real estate, resorts, mining, and energy. All Bitcoin aligned, all building wealth the new way. This isn't just investment. This is community. This is belonging. From exclusive club events to global networking, we're not just making money, we're making history. The old rich had their secrets. Now, it's your turn. Powered by Private Key Capital, Founders Group Venture Capital opens the door for everyone in the world. The revolution isn't coming. It's here. And it's time to choose your side. Join the new rich revolution. Call 941-391-3882. Visit foundersgroupworldwide.com. Your future starts now.
Yes, it does, you sexy mother pluckers. Good morning, and it is Friday. All right, hopefully you have your Red Bull out. Everyone got your Red Bull? Do you got your smokes? All right, unfortunately, I can't smoke in here. It's our studio, so I'm kind of bumming for the next hour or so. Okay, today, guys, we are going to talk about the next year. I want everyone watching right now to be extremely excited about this year. And I'll tell you why. Because we finally have a president. We finally have a White House that is literally working for the American people. We had 4.3 year-over-year growth. All right, that's the last number we have. 4.3. They're literally talking about 6% growth this year. Now, let me explain what that means. 6% growth, and I don't mean money printing. This is actual GDP, because they are excluding inflationary injections into the monetary system, because this is production. This is actually producing. We are creating a new economy here in America. And when I say a new economy, I mean from the ground up. That's what we at our establishments here, our hotel, our credit union, our clubs, everything, our resort. I'm looking into another resort in El Salvador. This is the new economy, and we're starting to see the pieces putting together. All right, Rumble, shout out to my Rumble friends. They have launched a new wallet. Now, this in itself is absolutely amazing, because what I want you to realize is their wallet is exactly like the type of wallet we have set up at our credit union, where the wallet is yours. It isn't ran by Rumble, right? It is a private wallet. It's the Rumble wallet. Now, you can link it with your Rumble account. That's exactly what we are doing with our credit union wallets. It's It's a private wallet that is linked with your checking and your savings and your investments inside of our credit union. But the private wallet is private. We, at our credit union, we don't have your seed phrase. It generates its own seed phrase. You have the seed phrase, not us. That is the future. Unlike PayPal and all of these other apps where they show you that you have a certain amount of actual Bitcoin in your wallet. It isn't linked directly with your blockchain transaction peer-to-peer wallet. No. If you send them actual Bitcoin, it isn't an on-chain transaction to your individual wallet. That's what's changing. Rumble set up a wallet that you can link with your Rumble account. There are two separate things, but they're linkable. And the linkable, it just allows you to send a tip to someone else who has a Rumble wallet linked with their Rumble account. This is, and Rumble, mark my words, they will be paying out their influencers in actual Bitcoin. This is the tip of the iceberg. This is where you have to look at it at a larger picture. You have to look at it as these are people choosing to receive the Bitcoin over the dollars, and that will continue to grow. Notice that they did not offer gold. Hey, well, we will pay you in gold. No, it doesn't work with the new world. It doesn't work with technology. Even if they said, we will pay you in a digital representation of gold, you don't own the gold. That's the difference. When they send you the Bitcoin, that is the commodity, is the transaction of the Bitcoin, is the receiving of the Bitcoin. This is what's revolutionary. And this is what actually makes Rumble separate than Michael Saylor. Right? Now, Michael Saylor is, don't get me wrong, I love Michael Saylor. I think he's a great guy. But Michael Saylor wants as much of the Bitcoin as possible. All right? The key is, notice what he's doing. He's offering you money to give him money to buy the Bitcoin. Now, remember, when he actually pays you out, your whatever it is, I think it's like 10% or something like that. When he pays that out to you, he's not sending you Bitcoin. He's sending you dollars. He is sending you an inferior currency. We've all heard of good money and bad money. That's what he's actually doing. Is he's using the bad money that you have, that you send him. And then he says, well, I'll give you 10% in return as a dividend, but he's paying you out in future dollars. Let that sink in. If every single month the dollar's losing value, that 10% is losing value. So what he has actually done is flipped it. You send me money, I'll go out and I'll buy some Bitcoin, and then I'll send you some more money back. He's using your money to save his purchasing power while giving you back the inflationary money. Because remember, 10%, if whatever it is losing value, you're still receiving 10%, but what you receive it in is losing value. So let's say you send him $100,000 and he's like, all right, I'll send you 10% from here on out. Doesn't that sound like a damn good deal? Initially, it does. Until you think about it, wait the fuck a second. If we're going into a money printing, unlimited printing, that $10,000 is going to be worth less in real purchasing power from here on out. While Michael Saylor's holding the Bitcoin that's gaining it's a monetary value. It's a purchasing power exchange from your hands to his hands, and then he's going to send you more of the worthless money. So as he's holding the Bitcoin, he's sending you devaluing dollars. That's the key. It isn't that he's evil. It isn't that he just knows most people don't see it that way. They're like, ooh, I'm going to make some more dollars. That's the equivalent of saying, I'm going to make some more ice cubes and just watch them melt away. Is he smart? Abso-fucking-lutely he's smart. But he's using credit to collect a pure, uncorruptible asset. And then he's issuing you government credit that is devaluing. It's the equivalent of if you sent him ice cubes, and as soon as he got those ice cubes, he went out and he bought diamonds with those ice cubes. And then as he's holding the diamonds, he was like, I will give you 10% in ice cubes back. Who's winning? Who's winning that trade? Is it Michael Saylor, who owns a shit ton of diamonds? Or is it the people he's actually paying out who are making ice cubes? It's Michael Saylor. That's who wins. Do you think Michael Saylor let this sink in? Like, Not good, not bad. Do you think Michael Saylor would offer this product if it wasn't very beneficial to him and his company? No. Michael Charity may give to charity. All right, Michael Saylor may give to charity. But in this situation, he ain't. He ain't running a charity. His number one focus, because he knows exactly where this is going. Trust me, he knows where this is going. And he wants to accumulate as many friggin' Bitcoin as he possibly can. And I don't blame him. And he isn't lying. It's just he's actually paying you out in ice cubes. But the majority of the people, they think the ice cubes are valuable. So he isn't lying to anybody. He was like, yeah, hell yeah, send me your money. I'm going to go out and I'm going to buy some Bitcoin. And then I'm going to send you back some ice cubes. You send me ice cubes, I'll send you back some ice cubes. But in the middle, he's buying diamonds. And as the value of the diamonds go up, he'll need more ice cubes to buy it. Because the ice cubes, and we're reaching that point now. Guys, we have to print $7 trillion this year. Actually, more like $22 trillion if you include everything. But just to actually pay the interest on the debt, we have to print $7 trillion. That works out to every 6 weeks, we have to print $1 trillion. Remember maybe a month ago or two, or actually this whole year, all right, guys, we are printing $1 trillion every 100 days. You remember that? We all do. It was like, man, 100 days and we owe $1 trillion. This is the loss of value of the Weimar Republic. We're walking down the same fucking road, guys. It's just the media and the government is not going to lay it out like I'm going to lay it out. 4 months ago, I'm sorry. Actually, it was 5 months ago. Every 100 days, we had to print $1 trillion every 100 days. Now it's every 6 weeks. Why is it shortening? Why do we have to print the same amount of money, but in a shorter period of time? Because this is the inflationary spiral. We're in it. We're in the eye of the hurricane, guys. And what everyone's been setting up for, why do you think Rumble is doing this? Yes, they love the Bitcoin. Don't get me wrong. But if it didn't make economic sense for the company, would they do it? No. If it wasn't the right choice as a corporation, would they do it? No. They have shareholders. That's a public company. They have a fiduciary obligation. They are doing it because they've said it. Shout out to Nico and his interview with the CEO of Rumble. Great freaking interview. Great job. This is what's incredible, is they know what's coming. They know where this is going. So does Trump. So does everyone. And it's why all of these other countries are rolling out, oh, by the way, we're mining Bitcoin now. Really? I've explained this for years. What's going on is the world is unplugging from centralized money creation and plugging into decentralized money creation. And the new decentralized money is the Bitcoin. And all right, let me explain. Hawaii, right? Hawaii's got no gold. They can't mine for gold in Hawaii. But what can they do? They can mine for Bitcoin. Every place in the world that has an energy source can mine the Bitcoin. Let that sink in. And that's why the UAE, and the Middle East are so big on mining and Bitcoin and all, because they know, just like Trump said, the Bitcoin is the new oil. But with the Bitcoin, you can mine it anywhere. In fact, listen to this. They just launched a new water heater that uses the heat from the miner to heat the water. They just released it January 1. So when you need a new water heater, and mind you, it works using the same energy amount as the other water heaters. So you aren't using more money to mine the Bitcoin. You're using the exact same amount of energy, just using the heat from the miners to warm the water. So why would you have a water heater that just heats it with an element when you can use a mining rig water heater, and as you're generating the heat, you're generating Bitcoin? Your water heater has a wallet address. Let that sink the pluck in. My friends, this is the future. This is absolutely the future, because what it does is anything that is heat reliant, right, that you need to heat up, why wouldn't you use mining rigs to heat whatever? Because then the mining rigs are generating the needed heat for whatever process is that you need heat for. And the mining rigs are accumulating the Bitcoin. This is how you monetize energy. Because remember, guys, your water heater that is making you money as it's heating up the water is the exact same concept as the Hoover frickin' Dam generating energy and then using it to mine the Bitcoin. It's just a transfer of energy. And that's why I'm heading to Texas and going to be talking to my Texas boy about setting up our mining company in Texas here soon. Because I and you and we at our company, we want to participate in the money production of the future. I want our companies to be the Federal Reserve decentralized. And that's what we're creating. This is a whole new paradigm. This is a complete shift. This is removing the authority gradually, because as more and more people are using the Bitcoin, think about this. All right. What if you knew nothing about Bitcoin? Not a damn thing. But your water heater went out. And your water heater salesman comes in and goes, all right, this one's going to run you about 12 honey. All right. This one's going to run you about 12 honey. But this one's going to produce the Bitcoin and make you money as it's heating up your water. Excuse me? Yeah, this one's going to make you money as you use it. And the other one doesn't? No. I'll take the one that makes me money. This is where we're going with this. This is the future. There is no longer a question of it. And I freaking talk to a lot of people, all right? I talk to a lot of people. There's no one who isn't seeing where this is all going and saying, nah, that whole Bitcoin thing was a fad. Really? Pretty relevant fad, I would say. You know, let's just put it this way. There's no ETF for Pokemon cards. There's no ETF for, I don't know, something like, I guess it would be like maybe a Beanie Baby. There's no ETF for the Beanie Babies. That was a fad. This is a monetary unit linked and produced with pure energy. Now that energy, it can be nuclear, it can be heat, it can be electricity, it can be sunlight. It can actually be water. You can have hydro and have it produce the Bitcoin for you. This is going to sweep across the world, and it already is. That's what I'm doing. That's what a lot of my friends are doing. That's why JP Morgan just announced they are buying a mining company. Guys, JP Morgan is one of the owners of the Federal Reserve, or shareholders of the Federal Reserve, and they're getting into mining. You don't think that they see where the hell this is going? They know Trump is going to destroy the Federal Reserve. And when I say he is going to destroy it. Let me rephrase that. Trump is going to wring out every piece of useful monetary energy out of the Federal Reserve that he possibly can. He's going to wring it out like it's a damn tulip. All right. I'm sorry, not tulip, a turnip. You can't get blood out of a turnip. Yeah. He's sure in the fuck going to try. And this is not a crash. This is a transition. Everyone's like, wow, everything's going digital. Shares are going digital. You know, my 401k is going digital. They are going to tokenize everything. They're tokenizing real estate. Hell, I fucking tokenized clubs, resorts, credit unions, all tokenized because it's efficient. And as we build it, oh, hang on a second. Word from the sponsor.
What if I told you a truck driver cracked the code to building a crypto empire? Meet Bitcoin Ben. He went from driving 18-wheelers to creating 6 different ways for regular people to stack Bitcoin and build wealth. This isn't just another crypto course. This is a complete ecosystem where you earn while you learn. First up, the confidential bulk purchase program. Get Bitcoin at wholesale prices through group buying power. Then there's Home to HODL. Convert your home equity directly into Bitcoin instead of cash. Need funding? The Loans for Bitcoin program gets you the capital to buy more crypto. Want passive income? Private Key Capital puts your Bitcoin to work. Hungry for something different? Bitcoin Ben's tokenized beef lets you invest in real cattle backed by blockchain technology. And if you want to mine, Bitcoin Ben's mining program gets you started with the right equipment and knowledge. But here's the kicker. Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club pays you to learn. Earn 10% on direct referrals, 5% on second level, 2% on third level. This might be the only membership where you make more than you pay. Ben went from 10 years behind the wheel to becoming the world's most unlikely crypto expert. Now he's sharing everything through live training, community events, and proven systems that work. Ready to stop watching from the sidelines? Join Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club today and start stacking sats while building your financial future. Your truck driving days are over. Your crypto empire starts now.
Oh, you're damn right it does. All right, now, we're going to shift over. There's something very important that just happened. Trump removed the U.S. from 66 different UN-associated entities. I won't read off the whole list. It's all globalist, progressive horseshit. He removed us from all of that. All right. Trump is off or will be offering $100,000 to everyone who lives in Greenland. There's 54,000 people in Greenland. That's like nothing. Nothing. He's in it to win it. And like I said yesterday or the day before, I guess it was the day before, this is a hemispheric war. And it's not really a war anymore. See, we hear, oh, look what he did in Venezuela. Look what he did in, look what he's talking about in Greenland. Guys, America, we have to accept that America is either going to lead or we're going to fucking follow. And I don't know about you. I don't like being a follower. I don't do well trying to follow people. So we're either going to lead and prowl. This is America's biggest issue. We have a lot of people in America who are naturally weak. Just naturally weak. And then we have real Americans who are naturally strong. Joe Biden, let's leave out that he would basically completely not even there. Joe Biden is not the presence you want representing your country. Let me ask you a question. If you live in a rough neighborhood, would you want the weakest person in your family to be known as the head of the household in that bad neighborhood? Or would you rather the neighborhood know that's where that crazy motherfucker with a speech impediment lives? You fuck with his shit, he's gonna fuck you up. It's the same with your country. Look at France, all right? Look at that shithead, whatever his name is. I don't even remember his friggin' name. Him and his husband. I think it's Lacron or something. Well, he's French, of course. It's La something. All right, I'm sorry, Emmanuel Macron. Is anybody afraid of this guy? If he walked in to a bar and sat next to you, would you be scared? And you don't even have to be scared. Would you look at that guy and go, yep, he can handle himself? No. You'd look at that guy and be like, oh, look, a fucking nobody. That's how you know that these elected officials, they're not the leaders. You think that Macron is a leader of any, like he worked his way and just and he fought his way through all the levels of politics and he came out as the strongest. Macron isn't the strongest in his own household. His husband can actually beat him at arm wrestling. That man, when he walks in a room, no one cares. No one looks over and goes, uh-oh, there's Macron. Trump walks in a room, everyone knows. Everyone's like, that's that sumbitch that grabbed that president out of his own fucking house, snatched him in the middle of the night. So do you think that who is a bet? I don't care if you're on the left or you're on the right. Do you want what is publicly viewed as a weak person as your president? I mean, hey, I'm not a Hillary Clinton fan at all, but Hillary Clinton is cutthroat. Literally. Hillary Clinton, if she was a conservative libertarian, I would vote for her because she will roll some heads and have several suicides with multiple gunshots per suicide. Hillary Clinton ain't weak. Her husband, there's some weakness there. I mean, look at Barack Obama. Say what you want. I would not say he's weak. And then we got Joe Biden. That guy is mentally weak, physically weak, and just attitudinally, if that's a word, weak. That's why he's controllable. All of those. Now, Hillary Clinton is controllable. Obviously, she's been controlled. But she's not weak. She is controlled out of choice, not out of weakness. She's like, I'm going to get mine. We live in a world where, like it or not, if you're weak, you're not going to succeed in life, in general, at anything. No one hands out a trophy for the weakest participant. Here's a perfect example. The Special Olympics. They still have winners. In the Special Olympics, they still have winners. No one cares about your disability, right? When you go into a job interview and you're in a wheelchair, and let's say you're applying for a job as an accountant, and you roll your happy ass in there in a wheelchair, you think anybody gives a flying fuck that you're in a wheelchair? Are you a good accountant? Yes. You're hired. You figure out how to fucking get here, hot rod. We have elevators, we got handicapped entrance, but no one's going to meet you at the door and carry your happy ass to your desk. And that's how it should be. Because everyone looks at challenges, or whatever you want to call it, handicapped or disability or what the fuck ever. Right? I have a speech impediment. Do you think that I ever let that slow me down? Guys, when I was younger, when I was like 12 and 13 and 14 and 15, I was one of the most talkative motherfuckers you'd ever meet. Now, did it sound a little weird? Abso-fucking-lutely. But I got out what I wanted to say, and I usually said it using humor, so it was worth listening to. You'd be surprised how long people will listen to you if you sprinkle in humor, even if you have problems saying it. Never look at yourself as unable. Never. The moment you look at yourself as unable, or man, I don't know if I can do that, you've already lost. You've already lost because you have told yourself that you can't do something. This is America, and this is the point I want to get to. I've had one person ask, man, Ben, you're really going to get into mining? You're going to build like a mining company? You're going to you're damn right I am. And they're like, why, dude? Why? I said, because it's hard. Because not everyone can do it. And because it isn't just a profitable investment. It's a profitable investment for the country. Unlike the healthcare system, unlike the drug companies, unlike big food, they want to feed you the cheapest shit at the highest price. Are they doing it for the country? Or they're like, boy, let's send out these fruit roll-ups or fruity fruit, whatever the hell, ice cream or cereal. Let's send that out to the general public. Let's feed our children a bunch of sugar and a bunch of nasty fucking chemicals that nobody can pronounce. That'll help America. America. No. What they're going to do is they don't care about Americans. They don't care about Europeans. They don't care about humans in general. All they look at you as is as a consumer. You just may happen to live in America. You're just an American consumer. They don't care if it's good for you. They don't care about any of that. I mean, for years, they let this sink in, guys. What kind of corporate ethics is America going to have when the government is shipping in drugs to pay for foreign wars? Wait a second. Let's imagine I'm an American corporation. And I'm sitting there going, all right, what kind of environment we got here? Let's see let's see the corporate environment. Let's see the government environment. All right. We got the CIA running drugs so they can buy arms for a militant group down in South America somewhere. Government selling drugs so they can fund a secret war. All right, guys, we got no ethics here. We are good to kill everybody. That's how corporations look at it. They're like, well, they're literally bringing in drugs for their own people. Government's not really, looking out for their people. They're looking out for their power. Oh, governments will send millions of their people to war. Those people that over to World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan, none of those people that were sent over were at war with the people over there. Like they didn't wake up one day and go, you know what, I'm going to fly over to Afghanistan. Somebody needs their ass whooped. No. The government said, oh, they're doing something we don't like. Let's send over our men and women that we know some of them are going to die. Let's send them over there so those people do what we want. The government has always just looked at us as human resources. Notice they don't say human workers or human shields, because that's what the government for years has always looked at us as. Like, that country's doing shit that they shouldn't be doing. Let's send over 1 million human shields and throw them out in the battlefield so they shoot at them and they don't do what President Trump did. See, Trump was like, I'm not going to invade fucking Venezuela. Fuck that. I'll just pluck the problem out. He flew in and he grabbed the problem. the person that was at the center of the problem, and then looked at the other people in the problem and said, say I won't. Motherfucker, I got plenty of gas for this helicopter. You keep fucking around and you're going to find out too. See, Trump didn't need to invade. Trump didn't need to send troops, like massive amount of troops over. No. Just send enough to pluck that motherfucker out, and then we'll go from there. Venezuela is not going to be another Vietnam. Because remember, guys, know your Vietnam history. We could have won Vietnam if they wouldn't have tied the hands of the generals. We could have ended World War II 3 years. Well, about 2 years early. But they didn't. But they didn't want to. Winston Churchill. War could have been over. Now, they would have lost, but it would have been over. World War I, same thing. We're in a new paradigm. Trump is not going to send a bunch of troops over to get shot at. No. Trump's going to pluck out the problem and go, all right, you little shit, you're in jail up in New York because I'm setting up that. Don't think sending him to New York was an accident. He could have just as easy sent him to Florida. There's a reason that motherfucker's up in New York. And it's a bit, remember, Trump is a multifaceted winner. That's where he doesn't just want to win once with a choice. He wants to win multiple times with one choice. That's how you efficiently win. You win several different things with one choice. That's what this was. Pick him up in Venezuela, take his ass to New York. Remember, the court, pay attention, the court that this guy's going to go on trial is the same court they brought Trump to when they arrested him. Same court. You think that's on accident? No, that's on purpose. Because remember, the reason he plucked this guy out, because this guy knows where the bodies are buried and who buried them. He knows which one of the politicians are on the payroll. And there's a reason he grabbed his wife too, because if he doesn't sing, his wife sure the hell is going to sing like a canary. This is bigger than anyone realized. Trump, this administration, this year is completely focused on getting rid of the corruption. And that sounds very general. Getting rid of the corruption is arrests. Arrest and reorganization. That's why Trump pulled us out of 66 different UN associated groups, because they're corrupt. It isn't that they weren't efficient and they didn't do their jobs right. It was corrupt. The whole UN system is corrupt. It was created to be corrupt. So Trump's like, okay, no more funding and we're out. Guys, and he's just getting started. This is what is it, like January 9th? This is January 9th. This is like the 4th working day of 2026. Oh, I'm sorry, the 6th working day of 2026. So in 6 working days, this motherfucker has done more in 6 working days than most presidents fucking do their whole career, because Trump is not corrupt. Trump's not looking to line his own pockets. The dude's a billionaire. And exactly like Elon Musk said, and I think it was last year over at some conference, he had someone trying to blackmail him. He had someone threatening him with like some type of money. And Elon literally laughed and said, wait, you're trying to bribe me with money? I'm the richest man in the world. And you think that me losing a little bit of money is going to make me, oh my God, out of all my billions, I lost a few $100 million. That's like you walking down the road, dropping a quarter, and then flipping the fuck out about it. It's a whole new environment, guys. And that's why we are doing what we're doing. All right, everyone, I'm going to wrap this up. I've been John for about an hour, and I have an owner's call and a VC call this in like an hour or so. If you're interested in owning shares of our clubs, our mining company, our resorts, let us know. Give us a call, 941-391-3882, and you can sign up and join our owners calls we have every Friday. So give us a call, 941-391-3882, for information on tokenized shares of our resorts, our clubs, our mining, all that. Everyone, have a great weekend and enjoy yourself. And remember, this is going to be the best year in American history. The best year ever. And remember, this is America's 250th year, 1776 to 2026. 250 years. Let's make it a good one. Love you guys. I will see you guys on Monday, unless you join our owner's call today. You have about an hour to actually give us a call, and we'll send you a link to the owner's call. 941-391-3882. Give us a call, or you can also send us a text. Love you guys. Have a great day. I will see you guys on Monday. Bye-bye.
From the oil fields to the blockchain revolution, one man saw what others missed. Bitcoin Ben, an ex-truck driver turned Bitcoin pioneer, didn't just change his life. He's changing the game for everyone. This is the story of the Founders Group Worldwide, where private key capital meets American innovation. Watch your portfolio grow across real estate, resorts, mining, and energy. All Bitcoin aligned, all building wealth the new way. This isn't just investment. This is community. This is belonging. From exclusive club events to global networking, we're not just making money, we're making history. The old rich had their secrets. Now, it's your turn. Powered by Private Key Capital, Founders Group Venture Capital opens the door for everyone in the world. The revolution isn't coming. It's here. And it's time to choose your side. Join the new rich revolution. Call 941-391-3882. Visit foundersgroupworldwide.com. Your future starts now.